Navigating through life in your 30s while confronting persistent peer pressure can be challenging. Leveraging Stoic principles can offer practical solutions for these situations. Today we're going to share a video exploring 5 such Stoic-inspired tips to help you cope effectively with peer pressure. Let's get started and learn more about these pragmatic strategies. Number 1. Recognize tension between one's desire and societal expectations. Recognizing the tension between your desires and societal expectations is often one of the biggest challenges we face, especially when entering our 30s. In our pursuit of identity and independence, we often find our personal preferences and desires clashing with societal norms and expectations. This friction can often lead to feelings of disorientation, doubt, and even guilt. Even if the clash doesn't necessarily bring guilt, it could lead to peer pressure. This happens when we apply unnecessary weightage to the majority opinion, causing us to doubt our preferences and choices. Being in your 30s, peer pressure can be subtle but more potent than in your younger years. It could come in the form of societal expectations around career progression, relationships, or lifestyle choices. In this age of social media, where life updates are instantly shared on popular platforms, keeping up with societal norms and expectations becomes even harder. In these settings, people often feel compelled to catch up or compete with their peers by aligning their desires and life decisions with social expectations, something that amplifies the pressure significantly. One of the first steps in handling this type of pressure is to accurately recognize this conflict. Understanding this tension of societal expectations versus personal desires is the foundation for an effective coping mechanism. Take time to reflect on instances where you felt this tension, identifying the circumstances and noting how you felt during these moments. This reflective practice allows you to discern between societal expectations and your legitimate preferences clearer. However, remember that this conflict is not necessarily a negative thing. It's a common aspect of human life and can, at times, be beneficial, as it can instigate critical self-reflection, promoting personal growth and understanding. Recognizing this tension is just the first step, but it's a significant move towards dealing with peer pressure in your 30s. Number 2. Practice indifference to external opinions and expectations. Peer pressure is a recurring phenomenon through all stages of life, and it only seems to intensify as you get older. Despite this, one of the most effective ways to handle peer pressure, particularly in your 30s, is to practice indifference towards external opinions and expectations. This doesn't mean shutting everyone out or disregarding every piece of advice that comes your way, but rather maintaining an even temperament and a level of detachment from what others perceive or expect from you. In the face of incessant external opinions and expectations, the key is to respect other people's perspectives without feeling obliged to accept them. This involves fostering a sense of self-assurance and understanding that you don't always need validation from others to lead a fulfilling life. Everyone has their own life journey, and what works for one individual doesn't necessarily mean it will work for you. Placing too much emphasis on societal norms or others' expectations can often lead to stress, self-doubt, and even loss of self-identity. The societal pressure to conform to certain benchmarks, like having a well-paid job, being married, or having children by the time you reach your 30s, can be overwhelming. But remember, these are not mandatory checkpoints to ensure a happy, successful life. Your 30s is a critical period for personal growth and self-discovery. It's the perfect time to explore and define who you are outside of others' expectations. Developing this introspective habit and inner resilience can greatly aid your mental well-being and overall satisfaction with life. Adapting to this mindset of indifference isn't easy and would require practice, but it is very well worth it. It encourages you to live according to your own priorities and values, and resist being swayed by the pressure to conform to societal norms or external expectations. Remember, it's your life, and you have the ultimate say in the decisions you make. Let go of the need to please everyone around you and start living for yourself. As you grow more confident in your ability to make choices independently, you'll find it easier to handle any form of pressure that peers or society may throw your way. Number 3. Understand and accept what is within your control. The third Stoic tip centers around understanding and accepting what is within your control. This point cannot be overstated as it fundamentally underpins how you respond to situations, and in particular the pressure exerted by your peers. Once you realize that the only things you can truly control are your own actions, reactions, and perceptions, your approach to peer pressure changes significantly. To start with, it's imperative that you understand peer pressure in its entirety. It is a force that compels you to align with a particular group's thoughts, behaviors, and decisions. It's important to remember that this influence, as pervasive as it may perhaps be, is an external factor, and one that you cannot control. You cannot regulate what others think, say, or expect of you. Attempts to do so frequently lead to added stress and frustration. On the flip side, one aspect that is well within your control is how you react to this pressure. Stoicism teaches us to discern between what's under our control and what's not. Hence, rather than attempting to control the uncontrollable, redirect your energies towards managing your responses. This includes the decisions you make, the values you uphold, and the morals you adhere to despite the external pressure. You can choose to be influenced or to maintain your autonomy, to assimilate or to stand up for what you believe in. The choice, so long as you understand its roots, is entirely in your hands. By exercising this control, you'll find that you become more resilient to the pull of peer pressure. In addition, it's also in your control to decide who your peers are. If you're repeatedly feeling incongruous with their expectations or lifestyle choices, perhaps the issue does not lie with peer pressure, but rather the peers themselves. Surround yourself with individuals who motivate you to grow and respect your individuality. These are the elements in your power. This isn't to say that managing these things within your control will be effortless. It can be a struggle, and there will be moments of doubt. However, understanding the boundaries of your control gives you a certain peace of mind, enabling you to focus on what truly matters. This, in turn, makes dealing with peer pressure less strenuous and much more manageable. Number 4, regularly reflect on your own values and morals. To maintain a Stoic mindset under the influence of peer pressure, regularly reflecting on one's own values and morals may serve as an anchor. It is a chance for you to reconnect with what matters to you the most, thus helping you to stay true to these principles, even when societal pressures attempt to sway you otherwise. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, especially in your 30s when responsibilities tend to multiply and the voices of others often get louder, there can be a tendency to lose touch with your most foundational beliefs. This is when peer pressure can easily come into play, persuading you to make decisions that may not align with your integrity. That is why regularly reflecting on your values and moral compass can provide the necessary grounding. This practice can take numerous forms. It could be journaling, engaging in thoughtful conversations, meditation, or even taking some time out for personal introspection. By allowing yourself the chance to consistently reconnect with your beliefs, you can foster a strong sense of personal identity. This will prove beneficial in moments of pressure, as it will give you the strength to make decisions based on your values, not on the expectations of others. As you reflect, however, it's important to approach this process with openness and honesty. Your 30s may call for reassessing and redefining some values due to life experiences. Not all values are static. They can evolve as you grow and learn. So be prepared to challenge yourself and change certain beliefs if need be. Moreover, understanding your own values can also act as a lens to understand others. It can assist you in empathizing with your peers and comprehending that their standards and expectations do not have to be your own. Overall, deliberate reflection generates resilience in the face of peer pressure and allows you to navigate through life with greater self-assuredness, empowered by the knowledge of what truly matters to you. Number 5, use past experiences to inform decision-making under pressure. Using past experiences to navigate through societal pressures and make decisions can hold immense power. Past experiences, be it successes or failures, carry profound lessons that can inform our decisions in the face of peer pressure. These experiences can help us to gauge our capabilities, understand our limitations, and clarify what truly matters to us. Think about a time you succumbed to peer pressure and later regretted it. What emotions did you feel? disappointment, regret, or embarrassment, perhaps. By revisiting these emotions and reflecting on them, they become tools that remind us of the consequences of giving in to societal expectations against our better judgment. They also boost our resolve to not repeat the same mistakes. Or consider a time when you stood firm, resisting the societal pressure, and felt proud and content with your decision. We can use those emotions as fuel to reaffirm our self-beliefs when faced with similar pressures again. These experiences shape what we value, what we desire, and what we're willing to compromise on. They help us understand where we stand and how steadfast we can be when our values are challenged. Life is fundamentally a learning process. The wisdom we gain from our past experiences becomes the guiding light for our present and future challenges. It's easy to forget the strength we have shown and the lessons we have learned in the heat of the moment. But if we use our past experiences consciously and constructively, they can act as reliable compasses, guiding us when we encounter peer pressure. Whether that pressure is to follow a particular trend, behave in a certain way, or make specific life choices, like career, relationships, lifestyle, etc., we can use what we have previously learned to bolster our decision-making process. This might even silence those external voices momentarily, allowing us to listen to our inner voice, the one that truly counts. Remember, it's our actions and decisions, informed by our unique experiences, that ultimately shape our lives, not the societal norms and expectations. So when under pressure, pause, take a moment to reflect on your past, and let your own experiences guide you. So there you have it, folks. Empower yourself to handle peer pressure by staying true to yourself and what matters most to you. If you found these tips helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.